And a clever little start, just recognised that there was a bit of space there, jumped on that ball, just couldn't unfortunately haul it in. So opportunity for Counties in a good position here to put their first set together.
So in the end, probably on the 40, Counties slight advantage after the kick-off after that error. It's going to be really interesting to see how players like Tau, who's got the ball here, now to Manu, who's operating at 5'8". Both of those guys are quite experienced in these positions that they're playing. And here comes Stanley Hingano again, who played really well last week against the South Island. And he's up to around the 35-metre mark as Makiha gives it back to Fonatolanga. One of the key back rowers in this Counties team. He's played all the games in this competition. Pritchard at dummy half, Tony at first receiver. And here comes Tamanu, and now here comes Simato, who's through. Big chance here for Counties. Oh, he's blown it. Herbert was open. Last play here for Counties. They could still score. They won't score. In fact, it could be Akarana who is scoring. Nanatau is taken on the halfway. Wow, drama in the first 2 minutes of this game, and it still could happen as Honatana takes the next carry for Akarana. And he's not going anywhere either.
What a passage of play that was. Yeah, great break up the middle by Tau. Just needed a draw and pass, and they were over there. Great read by Hongatau. Had to shot out of the line as quick as he could to try and shut that play down. He ended up coming up with the ball, didn't have the pace to get there.
Oh, well, it really should be 4-0 to Counties Manukau. Herbert should have been over for the try. That's a good run from Smith. And now here comes Atai. And there's the kick for Ratima. And Counties going back here. But it's the kick out on the full it is. So a couple of errors just spoiling the end of the sets for both teams.
Just a little bit excited, both sides. Yeah. A couple of little basic errors. Particularly a costly one that meant that Counties didn't cross over for their first try. I think Jeff Morton's right after hearing him talk that Akarana haven't really hit top gear in this tournament. They seemed to start off on fire in that first game, and then unfortunately they've sort of coasted through, which is a little bit disappointing. In terms of personnel, they're by far the strongest team in this competition.
There's King Eke. Good run off. They play the ball from Ramsey as well. There's a little kick to end the set. Bounces critical here. Baker going back here for Akarana. And Ramsey's going to make the tackle. Good kick right in the corner.
Clever, yep. Good football there.
Walk back in the middle.
To Akarana, some tough meters needed to be made, or need to be made now. And there is a penalty. That is just a ticket for Jeff Morton and the Akarana coaching staff.
Yes, indeed. I mean, just hearing the right there to play the ball fast. Counties were trying to slow it down and pin them in the corner. In the end, they've given away a penalty that lets Akarana out of their own red zone.
Wakare Ratima with the touch finder, Richmond player. And now he's played all 4 games at 5'8" for Akarana. 35-minute halves. Remember, the winner to play the South Island, who's been arguably the most impressive team in the competition. The final coming up next Saturday. Looking forward to bringing it to you. And now Honatana out of dummy half, almost squeezing between 2 defenders. Scored 3 tries in the first game against Bay of Plenty. Now Akarana have got a good roll on here as Smith is manhandled strongly by Tamatimu. Away goes Atai. Good little ball to Yosefo. And Bob Yosefo. Up towards the 20 he goes. The 10, in fact, is Smith. Here is Nuuliatia. Taken by Naitoko. He's right on the 10 as Atai waits at dummy half. There's a little kick from Taha. Webster. It was a very good kick, and that's going to be a line dropout. That could have easily been a try had it not been for Malaysia, who dropped on the ball for Counties Manukau.
I think they can be happy with their defensive efforts there, Counties. It's a good set of 6 by Akarana. Well covered up in the end. Akarana definitely have taken a page out of the South Island book in terms of playing over the advantage line. It's one thing that really gave the South Island success against Counties last week.
Yeah, 100%. And now here comes Satele with the First carry of this fresh set. Up comes Tobe to make the tackle. Taha Webster at dummy half. Now Nu'uliatia. Hard man to bring to deck. So Akarana looking to pounce here as Smith. Oh, Smith smashed, but he bounces up. Atai. Ratima. Atai, did he get there? I think he might have just got there. He has. Delano Atai has got the first try.
Try time to the Akarana Falcons.
And that's a great set of 6. Some good runs, particularly from Daniel Smith, Nu'uliatia, and Delano Atai gets the first try. It's 4-0.
Oh, Daniel Smith, the run back on the inside. He got caught by Stanley Hingano. What a fantastic hit. But this little show and go. Nice quick play of the ball by Ratima. And just awareness really by Delano Atai. Recognised that the markers weren't square. They weren't tight enough on the inside.
Well, Delano Atai got 3 tries in the first game. That's his 4th of the competition here in the semi-final. And other than that era from the kickoff, which they should have regathered, it's been a very good 7 minutes for Akarana.
Yeah, indeed. Yep. Nice. I mean, set up well by that repeat set. It was a nice little kick into the end goal. And then Counties had a drop out. Yeah. A couple of tackles later and they cross over. And if our directors are listening, I'd love to get another look at that hit on Daniel Smith, because then I could put it on Crowd Goes Wild at some stage during the week.
Oh, you're not recording it at home as we see Carlos Davis?
Just a couple of angles would be nice.
Carlos Davis converts the try. He kicked 3 from 4 in the first game, and it's 6-0. Kicker in the last couple of games, Nehemiah Gordon Omaro, is on the interchange today. So Davis has the goal kicking duty. 6-0.
And a successful conversion there by number 11, Carlos Davies. Akarana Falcons lead 6 points.
So we'll see several of these guys coming up in the Fox Memorial Championship, which starts in early May. So some of these boys have already played premiers, including Carlos Davis, who we just see convert the try there. They played Roskilde last year.
Is it that far away, the Fox Memorial?
Yeah, 4 weeks.
Teams are already playing pre-season games, I see. So.
Yes, indeed. Looking forward to that. Coming up, Taha Webster takes the first carry, and here's Nu'uliatia. 3rd start of this competition for Andre Nu'uliatia. Mount Albert he plays for. Now here is Daniel Smith. He's had it stripped out of his hands. Now the referee will award a penalty there. There was more than one on the tackle, but Smith already is proving difficult to handle.
Yeah, just that slight change of direction every time. He carries the ball in 2 hands and takes somebody outside with him. So it just means that the defence has to hold up a little bit. It creates a one-on-one.
So more possession for Akarana coming up. Got a full set pretty much inside the half here of Counties Manukau, as Maunatau is hit hard by Simatau again. Does lots of things well, doesn't he, as we see Satele take the next hit up. Here's the try scorer, Atai Smith, the first receiver, Yosefo, and it's intercepted by Ramsey, and Ramsey's away. Has he got the gas? He has. Ramsey, brilliantly finished and brilliantly stolen there. Dwighty Ramsey is going to lock the scores up.
Yeah, great awareness by Ramsey. Not sure, I mean, he's playing since today. He's usually on the wing. I've seen him there in the previous games of this tournament, but he's right in the middle of the field for this one. Oh, there he is. He comes in. Great. Yeah, great awareness to spot that ball. Just get himself in the passing lane. Taps it forward to himself and had enough gas to get all the way.
Well, key score there for Ramsey. Actually, he hasn't. In fact, that's the 2nd try of the competition. Got one against Wellington in round 1. And Makiha, who's been kicking very well. He's got something like his last 14 in a row.
Yeah, Ramsey's been real solid.
Hasn't he? So Jordan Makiha from in front. And he'll lock the scores up at 6 apiece.
Yeah, Andy having a kicker that hardly ever misses.
Successful conversion there, number 7, Jordan Makiha.
What did we say? He hasn't missed one since like round 2? Or?
Let's have a look here. Hasn't missed one since round 1, actually. In the first game of Wellington. Since then, he's 8 from 8 in round 2, 4 for 4 last week. And I think a couple in the Wellington game were at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So kicked, I think, 2, and then he's kicked. I have to go back and check my notes. I think it's at least 13 in a row now. 14 in a row.
Oh.
So let's have a look here at counties to see how they start this net set. As Toe takes the first carry. $14 in a row. 13 in a row. 13 in a row for Makiha.
Brilliant.
Not bad. Counties waits. Here's Pritchard at dummy half. Now Malakai Tony. Taken by Satele. Counties important. They get to their set. Or the end of their set here, get to their kick. As Pritchard. It's a good little dab from dummy half. We're over the halfway with still a tackle up their sleeve as Tony slots into dummy half. Makiha, double pump. Trying to create space for Ramsey, who's pretty quick off the mark. This is a good set by Counties. Last play now for them. And here comes the kick for Makiha. Naitoko might contest this one. Oh, it's going to be a knock-on. Hard luck there for Counties Manukau. Referee Parkinson's ruled it come off. Anthony Naitoko. So it's going to be no try for Malaysia.
Let's go now. Yeah, last tackle.
Look good.
Roll the ball. Let's go, boys. Roll the ball. It's a play the ball.
Pucky Parkinson on the job.
Often isn't. Not often is he.
Great.
Yeah, definitely come forward there from Naitoko. It could have even been a penalty. He might have been in an offside position. But anyway, it's an Akarana possession. And here comes Liaso. 3 tries last week for Akarana in that game against Wellington. Akarana actually trailed at half-time in that game. Onatana. Here's Atai once more. Now Smith. Smith brushing off tackles again. Smith, if he can offload it. Baker was right there. He just couldn't see him as Herbert picks up the loose ball. But Daniel Smith looking good running it up.
Yeah, really nice run. He just sort of held on to it a little bit too long. I think Baker just needed to make his presence known a little bit earlier. Smith could have passed it back on the inside and it would have been all on.
Here's Ramsey getting through tackles again. Counties Keys players are stepping up nicely at the moment. Ramsey, Toe, and Tamanu, who's trying to call the shots today from 5'8". Naitoko almost getting through the tackle there of Finau Sietu. Pritchard. Here's Tony again. He's up to the 20. Good little dab there from Malakai Tony. Pritchard. Swings it out to Makiha, an attacking kick, but that's come off the legs there of Davis. It's going to be play on, and Ratima has it for Akarana.
Yeah, I like the idea. There was just a little bit of space in behind that defensive line. Caught them unaware, but it just caught the legs of one of the Akarana players. That's a good run.
It's a good run, yeah. Liaso came onto that one really well. Nixon Liaso. Atai at dummy half again. Ratima takes a carry this time. Ratima, very dependable player through this tournament for Akarana. Atai, off he goes. And he's offloaded beautifully to Honatana. Honatana, it's a forward pass. Honatana.
Really?
Would have been in there clear right there.
We're good, Jay?
Yeah, it just rolled out of his hands. It actually looked good, but it looked like he passed it backwards, but it rolled forward out of his hands, unfortunately. So, yeah, got away with that one, Counties.
Some danger signs for Counties, though. Akarana finding some real some momentum up the middle at the moment.
I mean, especially having the threat of Ariki Honetana in support up the middle.
Yeah, Smith in particular, Atai finding big meters up there at the moment. Herbert to play this one. Tamanu gives it out to Tau, but this time he's well handled. Strong lad. Very good at 5'8" for Counties. As Naitoku takes a good strong carry. Naitoku not getting the penalty on that occasion. And now Tau again. Got fantastic leg drive. Very strong. In fact, I don't think he has hips in there. Why he's got rocks. Here comes Counties Manukau. Makiha out to Ramsey. Ramsey putting a bit of a step on. Now Kingeke. That's the corner flag.
Oh.
I think he might have got there.
Oh, he's dropped it.
Oh, he has dropped it. Kavita Kingeke has missed 4 points there.
I actually think I think somebody saved the day there from Akarana and whacked it out of his hands by the looks of things.
I think it was Davis. Maybe it was Liaso. Whoever. It was a try saver.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit soft by Akarana. They just sort of let him stroll through there. Well, lucky to come up with a desperate play like that. It's a little bit like Cobo last night in the Broncos.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the match winner, wasn't it? Now, Akarana. Axel Ray, Finau Sietu with that carry. Atai. And now it is Manukau. And it's a penalty there for Akarana. Right at the end of the set too. Referee Parkinson just thought Counties Manukau was slowing down the play of the ball a bit too much.
Big body.
Davis will kick for touch rather. Halfway through this first half. One try piece, Atai and Ramsey. For Akarana and for Counties respectively. Winner to play the South Island in the final next week. Here's Nixon Liaso. Ratima. Interchange players out there. Takare Nielsen is out there now and he's 20 metres out. The other two player as we see Atai rolling away. Now Kalan Clyde is out there. Kalan Clyde. Got a great ability to shrug off tacklers. Atai. Ratima. That's Baker. Looking good here for Akarana. Here's Honetana. And it's going to be Ariki Honetana who's going to score next to the posts. Well executed. And Honetana gets
Bobby Yosefo, who's a prop. So, I mean, anywhere in the front row will do.
So Davis. Looking to make it 12-6. Which he has done. So it's 12 points to 6. Here's another look at that try. Nice drawn pass from Baker there, and same from Liasso.
You can't stop them now, ladies and gentlemen. Number 11, Carlos Davies.
That close to the line.
Akarana Falcons in the lead.
Tricky customer to
12
stop.
points to 6.
Now look out if he gets space too. He's quite the sight. Counties restart play. Webster. Here comes Smith again. Hit hard this time. He's had a fantastic start to the game, Daniel Smith. Zartai continues in the dummy half role. Satele coming back on the angle. Clyde. Now here is Pakare Nielsen. Getting his chance today, second carry for him. Now Davis looking for that offload, just keeping the ball in hand.
Tough to put down, Davis.
Here goes Clyde again. He really is a smart and nippy runner, Atai. And now here's the tester for Herbert, who did really well to take that one, Robin Herbert, and he shrugged off a couple of tackles as well.
Yeah, good tester for Herbert with the high ball. Did really well. Just put his team back on the front foot once again. It's a bit of a grind period here for both teams, but in particular Counties. Haven't seen the ball or some territory for a little while.
That's certainly the case. Fonatalanga is looking to change that, as he's right on the halfway line there. Pritchard waits at dummy half again. Tony with the inside ball. Nice option back to Tenamu, who's on there now, the replacement prop. There goes the kick from Tamanu. It's been charged and lost forward there by Counties Manukau. Wow, that was good for Counties. And it's going to be possession for the Stingrays.
Good pressure. It's always real 50-50 when you're trying to charge down the boards. Probably it's a better percentage play, just trying to put pressure on that kicker. And this one actually turned out not too bad. It just couldn't hold on to it. Fine Sietu.
Counties maybe a little fortunate to get the ball back there off the ricochet, but look at that field position. Counties Manukau, great chance here to get back into the game. Don't often we see a push at scrum time, but Akarana tried their best as we see Makiha.
That was quick. Jerome Pritchard, he recognised the threat and picked it up straight away, so really diffused that situation for Counties.
And here he is asking questions of the ruck defence now. Jerome Pritchard. Makiha into dummy half. Counties 15 out, right in the centre of the field. Let's see what they can do here through Philip Wilson, who's out there now. His first taste of action in this competition. A Tahuhu player, and he's got a penalty. So 3 sets coming up in a row here for Counties Manukau. Here's Wilson again to start the next set. He's playing in the Dean Bell Cup last season. Nice pass from dummy half, and Simato will run at the line here. He can see the line. Oh, he got it down, I reckon. Oh, how about the strength right there from Toe? And Counties get their try, and they're right back in it again.
I mean, this has been pretty common throughout this tournament so far by this man, Felice Toe. This time, pretty deep cut back on the inside, and they could see him coming. He's so strong. He scored another try like this in Rotorua a couple of weeks ago. He just pushed through the middle, keep fighting, keep pumping the legs, and this one just rolled over, just recognised that he was already over the line. Crocodile rolled and got the ball down.
Well, he's had an excellent campaign. He's played the 3 previous games at 5/8. Now in the second row today. Because of those players that are not available today due to the bereavement. So, Simatau sure putting another good performance together.
It was a good answer, and on the back of 3 penalties, they needed to come up with a result. It's a real good battle between these two teams. Both coaches are going to recognise that any ill discipline or errors are going to be costly.
And the goal kicking's been excellent too, with Makiha converting that one as well, and he has 2 from 2, and it's 12 all with just under 10 to play till half-time.
Here it is once again. Like I said, just relatively deep. Shouldn't have been too much of a threat. It was just the footwork. He ended up getting one-on-one with the hooker, Delano Artai, and he's just too strong for a little hooker.
Well, 12 all. Really close game. We expected it. These games generally are close between Akarana and counties, no matter what age group we're watching. Right from the premiers down to the under-16s. Let's see if we continue with that trend right the way through this game. Hope you're enjoying it. Remember, the winner will play the South Island in the final next week. Here's Counties Manukau. Looked like a high tackle on Wilson, and it was. So Wilson's had 3 touches, and 2 have led to penalties.
I like that run. Rather than just muscling up, I sort of angled his run a little bit, came across the face of the defensive line. And yeah, just lazy. Nothing too much in it. Dakare Nielsen.
Yeah, but anything up around the head is going to always spark up the referee. Tau with that first carry. Now Tamanu, the captain, Frank Tamanu, 6 today, after playing the first 3 games at loose forward. Now Tony, who's playing in that position today. Now here's Harlem Tanamu. That's a good carry. He's been good all the way through the competition. Now we have Saipele out there wearing 15. Another live wire dummy half player. Our options in that area have Counties Manukau. Tony is one of them. He passes the ball there to Tamanu. Now it's out to Anthony Naitoko. Taken by Saipele. Tamanu again. Oh, good hands there. It's a good pickup by Jules Baker. And Akarana get the ball back. It's been some time since they had a set.
Yeah, he picked that up around his shoelaces. It's a great pickup by Jules Baker, putting himself in the right position to cover that kick.
Now on the toe with that carry, and now here's Liasso. Counties Manukau defence is keen, hungry. Here's Kalan Clyde again with a good strong run. He's not the biggest lad, but he's got plenty of courage. He gets to his feet quickly, and now Akarana rolling forward again. Takare Nielsen. Over the halfway line he goes. Atai. And there's the kick from Ratima. That's a good set coming off their own line. But as he overcooked the kick, Ratima he has. They're back to the 20.
Yeah, unfortunate. It was a very good set off the back of some fine piece of play by Jules Baker. They drove up the field, but if they had it set up in the end goal, it would have been perfect.
Anthony Naitoko. Well, we've got 5 minutes till half-time, White. 12 all. Key moment, key minutes coming up in the game here.
Yeah, indeed, yep. A lot of big games are being won in these 5 minutes just before half time. 5 minutes after time as well.
Well, let's see if one of these two teams is good enough to score again before the break. Wilson playing that one on the 40. Tony. Malakai Tony, the son of Motu. Former Warriors and Kiwis player, of course, as we see Saipele. And now there's the kick from Makiha. Going to find some space at the back there. A bit of indecision between Honatana and Baker. And Baker busts through a couple of tackles. Good return to the football by Jules Baker.
Needed to be a better chase there by Counties. They actually found some grass. Did Makiha. They just couldn't present a straight enough line.
Liaso. And now Honatana takes a carry. Tackling's been good from Counties after the initial part of the game where Akarana found plenty of space up the middle. That area's really tightened up. That's Taha Webster with that kick. But Herbert's in excellent position here. Oh, there's a penalty. There is a penalty. Is there a late tackle there on Louis Taha Webster?
Might have been late. Might have been a little bit late, which was unfortunate because it was good grind by both teams. Yeah, it is. There you go. Yeah, probably late and shoulder.
Yeah.
Late shoulder, high. Take your pick.
Might as well give them 3 penalties, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a few minutes out from half-time now, and Akarana, they're going to take the 2 points. Well, no, I don't. Surely they won't. Taha Webster's battling a little bit here. Akarana, 20s player from last year too. He's got a second season in the comp, this one.
Just a reminder, I know we only have one ref on the field here today.
Felisto just getting a warning there from referee Parkinson. So Riley Sateli.
Big test here for Counties.
Yeah, they've got to hold on here, don't they?
Half break. Gary Kingy getting his men out there to make sure that they're on the job here.
Well, Daniel Smith, the captain of the Akarana team. Big defence required here from Counties Manukau as Clyde hauls it to Ratima. Good tackle from Ramsey. Initial contact was pretty decent.
Yeah, no numbers out in that left-hand side as well.
Atai, inside goes Clyde. He's just short Kalan Clyde. Atai. Well, they've scored 1 try on the left. Can they get another? That hasn't gone forward. Honatana is well looked after this time. So Counties' defence so far is pretty good. Baker. Here's Davis. Slow play the ball too. Give time for both sides to get set for the next tackle. As Atai gets it nice and wide. There's the kick from Taha Webster. And it's taken there by Ngangatau and it's lost. Might have come forward off Naitoko. What do you reckon? It's another set for Akarana here, and it's a fresh set of 6 played at by Anthony Naitoko. And here's Satele.
Ngangatau tried to get an offload away. I think it was batted down, so.
Takare Nielsen. Atai again. Ratima, nice and flat. Here comes the fullback, Baker. He's elusive. Jules Baker, look at the line, it's right there. Counties keep him out. Atai doesn't have a dab from dummy half. That's gone back to Liaso. So, Akarana, Liaso's too strong. Oh, the tackling wasn't there for Counties Manukau. It just fell off at the worst possible time. And Liaso gets a bit of a gift 4-pointer there as it turned out. It's 16-12, vital score.
12.
Heading into the stretch of this match with Akarana having a 6-point lead here at halftime in this NZRL 20s semi-final.
As they go back into the tunnel.
This is the ANZ Premiership. Round 5 this weekend. See it, believe it. ANZ Premiership, live Sky Sport.
Busting through the middle. Super Rugby Pacific, round 6, starts Friday. Oh, the kick from the sideline to decide the game. Welcome to your DHL Super Rugby Pacific, live on Sky Sport.
This year, everything changes. This is Supercars Gen 3. Camaro v Mustang.
This is going to be a ripper.
After his record-breaking season, the rest of the grid is out to stop the reign of the kids.
Shane Van Gisbergen just been extraordinary.
And he's turned it. What a battle.
Melbourne Super Sprint starts Thursday, live Sky Sport. Coverage proudly brought to you by Repco.
Well, it's half-time here at Pukekohe. Akarana leading Counties Manukau by 18 points to 12. 3 tries to 2. Atai, Honatana and Liaso for Akarana, Ramsey and Tau for Counties. Winner to play the South Island next week, and their coach, Archie Jacobs, is standing by for a chat right now.
But look, I wouldn't say disappointed. You know, we've got a few injuries, so it was good to have a bit of a break. And we got out here and checked out the field and checked out the facilities. So yeah, we'll be ready for next week.
Good stuff. How do you think this will affect your momentum going into the final?
Oh, I don't think it'll affect us too much, to be honest. Like I said, we've got a few injuries, so it was good just to rest up. And now we'll start to build up and we'll start to lift the intensity throughout the week.
Good stuff. All the best for next week. Congrats.
Yes, Archie Jacobs there, the coach of the South Island. And let's have a look at the highlights now. And here comes the first try for Atai. Just keep your eye on number 9 here. And there he goes, scoring the try wide.
Yeah, nice and easy. It was set up really well on the back of the penalty. Karana their first to cross over. This one was really good awareness from Ramsey. It's been pretty solid, moved in from the wing into the centres. And this time just a blind off-road, really. She snatched it out of the air and had the pace to go all the way.
Third try of the game coming up here, and Honatana cutting back after a nice shift out to the left.
Yeah, it was set up really well. It was a good target. They've gone down that side repeatedly throughout the game. And this one was just pure strength and power.
Yeah, really good try from Felice Tau. The second of the tournament. First try was a couple of weeks ago, was of a similar ilk to that one. And then the key try just before halftime, scored by Nixon Liaso.
Yeah, this came on the back of a couple of repeat sets for Akarana. Liaso, they're just managing to stand in a tackle and push his way through. A little bit wayward, the defensive effort in the end by Counties, but look, there's an opportunity for them out the back of this to draw this up. It's anyone's game, really, but that was a crucial try just before halftime.
So 18-12 it is at halftime. Second half coming up in just a moment.
Here they come. What is about to unfold right here?
Just awesome. That is massive.
The
Goodness me, you could not make this up.
IndyCar Series Championship chase is underway as the fastest drivers in the world look to push the limit at Texas Motor Speedway.
Here comes Joseph Newgarden on the high side. Newgarden has done it. Let's go. Good team. Pato Award is an IndyCar winner. Pato is done, boys. Marcus Ericsson is a winner again.
Yeah, great job. Way to get
this thing started.
The IndyCar Series, 375 Texas, Sunday, live on Sky Sport 5.
Well, 35 minutes to play here at Pukekohe in the second semi-final between Akarana and Counties, 18 points to 12. Delano Atai, Ariki Honetana and Nixon Liasso, the try scorers for Akarana. Toaiti Ramsey and Felice Tau getting the tries for Counties Manukau. All 5 tries in the game have been converted. So it comes down to this last 35 minutes. Who will determine who will play the very slick South Island team, who, don't know about you, why, but I reckon the South Island team have been the best team in the tournament so far. That doesn't mean to say they're going to win the final, of course, because some things can, it's on the day and all that sort of stuff. But to this point, I think the South Island are deservedly maybe going into that final as favourites next week.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, they've grown and built as a team over the first 3 rounds of this competition. They got better and better every week. Like last week against Counties, Counties came out and tried to bash them over 70 minutes, and they were just too sharp. They didn't get rattled. And it's going to be a great game next week, whoever gets to play them in the final.
Yeah, South Island beat Counties Manukau last week 38-24. They put on a clinic in the second half in particular. So let's see if Counties can come back from the 6-point deficit here against Akarana to set up a rematch, or will the Akarana team be up against the South Island next week? We will see over the next 35 minutes. Thank you for staying with us here on Sky Sport. Lots of other rugby league coming up this weekend, of course, including the Warriors playing the Bulldogs tomorrow at Mount Smart at 4 o'clock. And here is Kalan Clyde. Atai.
Not out of place in the middle there, Kalan Clyde. He's got a high work rate, even when he's in the hooker. Takes his opportunities when they come to him, but just going into, I think, what is maybe lock or back row. Yeah, he's working really hard and making breaks. This is his second run in the set.
He doesn't have the build of a middle forward, does he? But he's playing like one. And there's a nice little nudge there from Daha Webster. Maybe you just overcooked it. Malaysia takes it for Counties Manukau, but a good set from Akarana to start the second half.
Yeah, great set to start. Nice and safe. I know that Jeff Morton would have been on his boys. Make sure we complete this first couple of sets.
Naitoko for Counties Manukau. And now Whanotolanga. Oh, he's an honest ball carrier. And a terrific season in this competition. There's a nice run from Harlem Tenamu and a penalty right at the end of the set too. Or was that Hingano again, who's back out there to start the second half? It is Stanley Hingano. I reckon Hingano's had a fantastic tournament too.
He has, yeah. Pretty costly penalty, that one. So here's the first opportunity really for Counties to square this ledger up.
I'll give it to Stanley Hingano, cousin of Ata, former Warriors, Tongan player. No, he's not going to get the ball this time. And Whanotolanga has got the first carry. Takes a couple of players with him as well. Saipele waits at dummy half. Now Tony, first receiver. That's Tamanu. And now Robin Herbert up from fullback. Looked a little clunky shifting out to the left, didn't it? Didn't have that fluency that maybe they would have been hoping for. So they'll set it up again as we see Harlem Tanamu into the 10. Saipele has a little dart from dummy half, but the Akarana defence was there. They weren't there. They weren't there. Saipele has scored a try under the posts. Maitua Saipele. It is 16-18 to 16.
the night before, that's for sure.
Nice save there, Wai. Here comes Harlem Tinamu. Probably what they ate today too. Game day eating is important, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Big
Reminder at half today.
nutrition. Frustration keeping in there, but a bit of smiles.
Manukau will not want to come away with a loss.
Anor was now from Talanga.
Equally so, Akarana Falcons.
Yassel risking a penalty there, but referee not. Blowing his whistle as Malakai Tony comes up towards the 40. Saipele, the try scorer, gets rid of Kalan Clyde as County's getting a little fired up here as Tamanu takes the line on this time. The defence from Akarana in the set has been good. Counties haven't been able to get back to their halfway line as Makiha will go for a midfield bomb. Onatana's taken it nicely. That was a good catch. He had some heat on him from Ramsey, but Honatana's got it. Here's the other winger now, Nanato. Akarana have got field position here. Good defensive set now. They're over the halfway line after 3 tackles. Liafu plays it. Here's Nanatau again with his second carry of the set. Big strong winger. Clyde sniffing around the ruck too as Atai makes a little dart. Here's Davis. Now it's the weight on that one. It's too strong. Too strong. Way too strong there from Carlos Davis.
Yeah, too much heat. Not a bad set. There's a real grind here, and both teams are going to recognise that patience is going to be a key throughout this game.
Yeah, still plenty of time left as Herbert takes the next carry. 35-minute halves. So still a fair amount of time to go. 28 minutes. As Saipele, the last try scorer, is tackled on his 40. Makiha inside the 40, but that one is not going to find a 20 and will find touch. Tamanu didn't get the angle on it that he was perhaps hoping for. Malaysia, not much he could do there. But that's 2 good sets in a row defensively now from Akarana. No gaps in the slightest for Counties Manukau.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I mean, they were trying something there, Counties. It was early in the tackle count, looking for a 40-20. Now they just have to D up. Akarana look to wear down this defense.
Atai waits at dummy half. And Finau Sietu. Good run. Oh, he shrugged through 2 or 3 tackles. There's another one got rid of as well. He must have busted 4 tackles there.
At least, yeah.
Maybe 5. Atai. Takare Nielsen. Well handled that time by Fonatalanga. And Stanley Hangano. Now Clyde looking for a gap up the middle. Got to watch Kalan Clyde. That's tailor-made for him. He's a tough little rooster. There's Atai. Gives it to Ratima. Honetana. Oh, great scrambling D there by Counties Manukau. Nixon Liafo. Ratima with the kick.
Oh,
that's not knocked on there.
Ramsey.
That's great stuff from Ramsey.
Yeah, that was excellent play by Ramsey. He sort of was ready for the tackle, but then the kick went through, just trapped it between his knees. It was a desperate play, and then here he is once again, trying to take a little bit of load off the big boys and get them going forward. That's a good run that was needed.
Yeah, it's toe again. So Counties hanging on nicely. Oh, and a penalty too. Wow, this game has got kind of momentum for Akarana, and now Counties come back with a really good defensive set there. And a good set coming off their own line, and now they a back-to-back set. And now the heat goes right back on Akarana again.
Yeah, indeed, yep. Tell you what, Akarana are doing a good job. They're just wearing down that middle of the ruck. See towards the back end of that set, they started getting a bit of a roll on. They just have to match that intensity with their defensive efforts.
Pritchard back out there. Here's a run from the back fence from Harlem to Namu. Fantastic. Crowd getting excited. And he's inside the 20. Pritchard. Here's Tony taking the defence on, but no gaps there. Tony slow play the ball. He's been hurt in that tackle. There's Pritchard. Makiha cuts back on the inside. Does Ramsey. Getting close to his second try. Pritchard. Oh, it's touched there by Daha Webster. And that ended up being a pretty good play by Daha Webster, because Akarana looked like they were on the rack their way.
Yeah, they were battling around the middle of the park. Ramsey almost went over for a double. And there we go, nice little step there. Good tackle by Clyde. And then Webster tried to do a Ramsey from the first half. But this is a pretty big set coming up here for Akarana. Giving away a penalty. Now an error. Got a scrum almost in the middle of the park.
I think County's players is injured at the moment, so
I think this might be Malachi Tony.
He just copped one in the head before, didn't he? But slow to get up and play the ball. So Malachi Tony just getting some attention.
She was a little bit worse for wear after his head up. Change this. Taking no risk with any contact to the head.
Stanley Hangano on the sideline as well. Sure, we haven't seen the end of him in this game. If Counties want to win, he'll probably need to be on the park. But Tony looking a little bit worse for wear, must be said. Tony taking his time to come off. That will bring Raymond Tutuila on into the game. So he's going to get some play. You've only seen him in one game so far. Tutuila, that was in the second game that Counties played against Bay of Plenty. I don't know if we'll see Tony again in the game.
Yeah, maybe not. So unfortunately, he's been pretty good. I mean, he's generally been playing in the hooker role throughout this tournament. He's slotted into that lock role, and I suppose to have a fairly good sized ball playing lock. It's been handy for Counties today.
So here's Counties Manukau, Naitoko off the scrum. Funatalanga, the try line is right there. Good defence from Smith. Drives him back to the 10. Here's Pritchard. And there's Toe. He's not going to get over for a second. We've got him around the legs. Pritchard. And it's Tanamu who just tries to barge over, but Akarana's defence was solid so far in this set. Pritchard, no room for him. Wasted tackle perhaps there. Here's the last play for Counties. Makiha. And Clyde completes the tackle. Akarana hang on.
Yeah, not the smartest set from Counties. They really needed to sort of have a good think about the structure of that set. Sort of giving Akarana a little bit of momentum and confidence off the back of that.
Akarana can't afford an error here. This has got to get to their kick. Onitana. Tanamu in there trying to jolt the ball out of his grasp. But Onitana did well to hold the ball. Now Davis. And Atai just gets the ball out of there. They get to their kick. It was a bit rushed, that kick.
Just didn't quite have the direction that he wanted. On that kick, he was trying to get his team out of trouble.
Well, both teams are defending pretty well at the moment. Why? Off the ball, they've both been very good.
Yes, indeed. Both teams recognise how important this next period is. Trying to cut down the errors. Trying to just wear away, let fatigue take its course.
Ramsey, Pritchard, and now Toe. Had a terrific game, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Counties look like they're the stronger of the two sides at the moment.
Makiha, that was Tamanu. Naitoko trying to get a 2-on-1 for Malaysia, but Malaysia couldn't take advantage. As well read there by that Akarana, those two Akarana defenders. Naitoko has a crack again. 15 metres out. Nice hands from Tamanu. Pretty decent kickers. That's gone off those Counties players. And Akarana have got it. And they're going to come back for that knock on.
There's the error by Counties there. So they're wearing them down, the Counties side. Akarana, although they're holding on pretty strong, and I think they'll take some a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of motivation off the back of some pretty good defensive efforts.
Well, Clyde was smashed there from Pritchard and by Tanamu, who's had a real impact off the bench in the second half for Counties. The front row forward. Now Smith is going nowhere. Atai. Oh, it's been lost, and Counties have got it. Tamatimu comes up with the ball, but a referee, I think, is going to award knock-ons both ways, so they're going to have to pack a scrum. It's going to be Counties' ball. I think referee Parkinson got that one spot on.
Yeah, I mean, Delano Atai's hands, I think, were knocked down from the back. He wasn't too sure who he was passing it to there. Whether it was supposed to be the forward taking the head up or Webster on the outside. His Clyde is still down. He got absolutely sandwiched a little bit earlier. Might have been a little bit like Manukau Tony and copped one to the head. But yeah, that's a pretty crucial error there from Akarana. I'll do a good job to hold on through this set.
Clyde just taking his time. They won't want to see him off the field. So go through the initial tests. See if he can balance on one leg. He ducked into that tackle, didn't he? Those two big lads in front of him. That's might have where he got the head contact. Looks like he's going to be okay to continue. Done a pretty decent job given his normal role on a rugby league field as a dummy half, but he hasn't been there at all in this game. Kind of a hybrid first receiver, middle forward is Kalan Clyde. So it's going to be Counties' ball. 20 metres out, full set of 6. 18 apiece, 90 to play. As Tamanu, it's stone cold drop by Herbert. Well, he hasn't made a mistake the whole tournament, and that one there could be critical.
Wasted opportunity. Herbert has been really good in this game. Maybe just got a little bit too excited before he actually had the ball. And thought, man, he's got a little gap here. No, he just looked up and saw the defence coming at him.
Well, tight point of the game, no doubt about it. Everyone here at Pukekohe anticipating what's going to come over these last 18 minutes. Still a bit early to be talking about extra time golden point, I reckon, but it's probably worth thinking about that possibility in the near future. Let's see, here's Honatana. Now Omoroa. Gordon Omoroa is out there and he's immediately well looked after by the county's defence. Here's Honatana again.
That's a good contact, offside.
Kinyeke was the player just sneaking out of position. In fact, it was the players a bit further out, wasn't it? Just crept forward of the line. So,
well, they've been camped down in their own half for a long time, Akarana. Opportunity now. Try and build some pressure down this end. Put a good set on, maybe come up with a result. You can see that enthusiasm by the counties now that they picked the pace up even more. Here's Smith, that's a good run, timely run from him.
Yeah, he generally comes big when required, does Daniel Smith. Now Clyde again, tries to squeeze between the Pritchard and another player there. Now Smith again, short little ball this time to Bob Yosefo. So Counties Manukau's defensive line now under pressure. They survived the last time Akarana were down here. Can they do it again? Well, there's the answer, not this time, as Jules Baker goes straight through. And Akarana hit the front again, 22-18.
Well, they'll be really pleased with that. The defensive efforts they've had to show on their own line gave them a little bit of confidence. And really the first opportunity they've had down this end for a while. They came away with a result, just a simple show and go by Jules Baker. He spotted a gap, turned on the afterburners and went over for Akarana, and still plenty of time in this one, but that'll give them a good boost in confidence off the back of having to do so much defending.
Third try of the tournament for Jules Baker. And final time too. Jules Baker part of that wider squad in the Warriors SG ball team, as is Kalan Clyde. Not getting able to crack the starting or the interchange playing day squads at the moment, so here they are playing for Akarana. And that one's been missed by Omoroa. Gordon.
Oh. Twists and turns, 15 minutes. Again. A good setup on the left-hand side from Akarana. It looked like they were going to attack White. Jules Baker, it was a real big show. Just opened up that little gap, so here we go.
Shot on Bob Yosefo. Going to fill that one tomorrow from his opposite number, Tamatimu. That's a good, strong connection, and next man up is Riley Satele. But the Akarana team are handling it okay at the moment as Clyde gives it to Smith. The time he fell into that tackle, a little bit unfortunate there. Smith has been very good in the game. Here's Clyde again, almost getting through. Great run from Kalan. Clyde, fast play the ball. Here's Hatai. Now Smith again. What an engine on Daniel Smith. It's his third carry of the set.
He's all whacked in that one too.
Good energy. Kick a little long, and Robin Herbert under no pressure at the back here for Counties.
Great chase by Akarana. That was a good way to complete a set after the back of that try. Counties under all sorts of pressure. That was pretty close.
Yeah, Malaysia's ditched their headgear, or in fact, no, this is Malaysia here. So some good runs by the outside backs. Here's Ramsey, next man up. It's a really tight second half, isn't it? They've only had one try each since half-time. Makiha, now Kingeke. Did well to hold on to it there. Makiha, that's Pritchard. And here comes the big bomb from Frank Tamanu. Naitoko's got it and he's offloaded superbly. How good was that? Anthony Naitoko, what a play. And over goes Malaysia to score, and we're tied up again.
Yeah, great rugby league. It's really well set up. All those little nippy boys came in and took some of the runs to get them up the field, and they gave them an opportunity for an attacking kick. And that was probably the first time that Akarana actually didn't contest. They gave a sort of a free catch in the end to Counties. It was really well placed. Have a look at it here. Clean catch, and then just, yeah, tossed it over the top.
Well, great play from Anthony Naitoko to set that one up with the catch. And like the little netball pass.
Yeah,
over
the
top.
awareness to know that he needed to get that ball out.
Well, now Makiha, as we see one of those Akarana players being treated for cramp. Now Makiha on this terrific run of successful kicks. 3 from 3 today, 4 from 4 last week, 8 from 8 the week before. So he's kicked 15 in a row. But this one here is one of the more challenging ones for him. Most of the recent ones have been from in front or adjacent to the posts.
Yeah, I'm secretly
backing him.
Well, I'm secretly happy it's sort of out a little bit wider.
Well, look, if he can convert the try, it will give Counties the lead for the first time in the game. The play's just been paused while those injured players get dealt with. What a last 10 minutes we've got coming up here. Jordan Makiha. So Makiha to give his team the lead. Oh, he's pulled it. He's pulled it. 22 all with 10 to play. What a last 10 minutes we've got. Might as well tell you now that if we're tied at full time, we're going to go to a 5-minute golden point period. First team to score wins the game. Each team will get 2 extra interchanges in that golden point period. If it's still tied after the first 5 minutes, they're going to turn around and play another 5 minutes. And if it's still tied after that, it's who scored first in the game why that goes through, and that's Akarana.
Okay.
So, got a lot of time to play. A lot of things have to fall in place for us to go the distance in this one. But those are the rules for the NZRL 20s. So let's see what happens here. Can one of these teams here decide this game in regulation time? South Island await the winner. As we see Felice Toe again, another strong carry. How he gets through those tackles, I have no idea. There's another one gone. It was Baker.
That's training on the defense as well.
This is Tamatimu. Bustling prop forward. Pritchard. That was Makiha, and now Tamanu. Short ball, and here comes Tutuila. Down to the 40. Herbert at dummy half now. Counties want to play a little expensive. No, they're going to keep it tight to Wilson. Philip Wilson sneaking through the gap. Dan Smith down and back play. That's a big blow for Akarana. As we see the kick go up from Tamanu. Naitoka almost got it again. Malaysia is not going to get a second try. That is so close right there, Naitoka. Very close to giving Counties the lead.
Yeah, I think he got the first touch to it. And then it bounced off one of the Akarana players. I'm not sure whether this is just cramp or something a little bit more serious.
Oh, here's the kick. Another cracker from Tamanu. Oh.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he got his hands to it and then it's bounced into one of the Akarana players. So a lot of pressure there.
Wow, concerning moment here. Around that shin, maybe calf area for Daniel Smith. What a game he's had.
Just cramp by the looks of things.
Gary Kingy, composed as ever. Carlos Davis keen to get back into the action. Malachi Tony coming back on. Well, let's have a look at Daniel Smith. Akarana will want him on the field down the end of this game, and I don't like the chances of that happening. Why? Look at that.
I mean, yeah, he just keeps cramping all the time.
Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the scores are tied at the end of the second half. It will go to golden point.
Smith.
There's 5 minutes of additional play. The first point scored.
Might get an opportunity just to get some electrolytes back into the system and maybe get back out there for the last couple of minutes.
Finau Sietu for Akarana. Oh, it's going to be one key moment now. Maybe an error. Maybe one piece of brilliant individual play that could win the contest as Gordon Omaroa for Akarana. He's on his 40. Clyde again.
That's one man that can make something happen for them.
Yeah, definitely. Atai. And now Yosefo. Not able to get the offload away. Smith still hobbling on the far side of the field there. Baker gives it to Liasso. Liasso does the right thing there. Just holds the ball up. Baker again. Scoots away from dummy half. Who's got that one? It is Akarana. But I think Counties are going to get the ball here. Replay will be interesting on this one. In fact, he's ruled it just the end of the set there, and ruled that Counties didn't play at it.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 one. I'm pretty sure they didn't play it. He just fired it straight into them. You see Counties now. Yeah, they're pretty tired. They throw a blanket over most of that attacking line.
Well, time to dig deep now. There's Ramsey. The defensive line from Akarana is right up there. No room for Ramsey that time. Tamanu just takes the carry. Again, trying to rustle and bend that line back. Pritchard. A little bit messy, so referee is going back. And now Pritchard for the 4th time. Just play on, boys, please. Naitoko. Been dangerous in the second half. He's got a good aerial game, hasn't he? Malaysia. Now Tamanu again. Tamatimu's going nowhere. Good tackle on him by Satele. Second phase play. That's good draw and pass. Tamatimu again.
They needed that run.
White Counties Manukau getting themselves in position again. Makiha. Now that's the same as before. Wasn't played at by Akarana, so it's going to be their ball.
He was in two minds there. Recognised that Herbert was back up on the inside. Thought about passing it, put that little kick in, but it just didn't find a gap. So Akarana, what have they got? Just under 4 minutes, like just over 4 minutes left in this game. What's in the tank for both of these teams?
This is a good run from Wakari Ratima. He's on his 40. Atai, Honatana takes the next carry. Tutuila wanted to cut him in half. He bounced out of that tackle. A little bit messy as it goes back to Daha Webster for the kick.
I don't mind that. I thought he might have been shaping up for a drop kick, but this is not a bad result. Try and pin Counties down here in the corner, see if they've got any energy to get themselves out of their own half. They should get another crack in pretty good field position. Akarana.
Chance to win the game with a field goal perhaps, we'll see. Oh, good tackle.
Yep.
That's going to help from Atai. One big last defensive set here from Akarana. Could be the ticket as Tony. Good carry from Malakai Tony. Counties are going to have to kick maximum distance at the end of the set as Wilson takes the next carry. Another beautiful tackle, that time from Liafo.
Great defensive set. That's exactly what they needed.
Inside the 40 and Tau.
Good take.
Yeah, it's Gordon Omaroa. Now Counties need line speed to keep Akarana pinned. Pretty much playing the game in the middle of the field at the moment, aren't we?
This is the man you want with the ball.
Onitana.
Good quick play of the ball. Here we go. Oh!
Sartelli drops it. Sartelli drops it. Counties are going to have a full set inside Akarana's half with about 3 minutes to play.
There'll be a little bit of a discussion here on exactly what the plan is with 2 minutes to go. An opportunity with 5 tackles to either set themselves up for a drop kick or just have a red hot crack.
Remember, the winner of this game goes through to the final to play the South Island here at Pukekohe next week at 2 o'clock on next Saturday. Counties Manukau haven't led at all in this game. Let's see if Naitoko can do something here. Here goes Malaysia. Malaysia with the clean pair of heels. It is try time.
Oh, that could be it. That could be it. They celebrate like they have it in the bag. That was just a fantastic play, and you feel for Riley Sartelli. It was his era that gave him the opportunity with the scrum in the middle of the field. And just Malaysia, the pace of the man, but really, it was the skip on the outside from Anthony Naitoko. You have a look here. He got the ball, skipped over to the outside of his centre, and then just the Ratima there from the Falcons. He didn't have the pace to keep up with Malaysia. And just to help out his kicker once again, Jordan Markia, he's put it pretty close to the post.
Well, Malaysia back-to-back tries. Both created by Naitoko. One with the catch and the little netball teardrop pass, and that one just brilliantly drawing in the outside man. So 26 plays 22, and Frank Tamanu is going to take his time with this conversion.
He's going to tie both shoelaces, tie his shorts up, readjust his top knot.
Can't blame him for doing any of that. Tamanu now to give Counties a 6-point lead. Remember, this is the first time they've hit the front in the game. And he's done it. He's done it. To Manu with the conversion. That should just about be it. One more look at it, Naitoko, brilliant. And Malaysia, wow, we haven't really seen his true pace emerge in this game until then.
Yeah, I think they underestimated him a little bit as well, because it was fairly basic. Just skip to the outside, got around his man, and that was it.
Well, there is time to play.
One last opportunity here for Akarana. That's not a bad.
Oh, I think it went forward off Akarana. It has. Counties Manukau are in the final. Well, this is an emotional win for them, with a couple of their players sitting out this week due to bereavements. But the others who have come into the team have stepped up and pushed the Stingrays into the final with a last gasp win over Akarana. So Counties Manukau win by 28 points to 22.
Yeah, both teams really deserving of the win. And Counties had to dig deep, like you said. They had to reply. Every time that Akarana went over, they had to reply, and they did. And they managed to come up with a game winner with just a little over 2 minutes to spare. But they will take a lot out of that game and a lot out of last week's game as well, and prepare themselves well enough to try and match it with South Island once again. Akarana, unlucky. They've been a great team in this one, and we did a pretty good job of putting themselves in a position to make the final today. Unfortunately, just got pipped right at the post.
Well, great game of Ruben Wiki Cup League, wasn't it? Nothing in it between these two teams, and as we've seen down through the years, it really is. These battles between Akarana and Counties are always great. So that confirms the final, and there it is next week at 2 o'clock right here at Pukekohe. It's going to be the South Island who have looked brilliant all the way through the competition. Remember, just last week they beat Counties by 38 points to 24. So we've got a rematch of that game coming up next Saturday at 2 o'clock.
It was as good as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, game played in great spirit too, wasn't it?
Yeah. A lot of these boys obviously know each other through the system. Yeah, heck of a game.
Well, it's great to see the emotion too. And good to see Ezekiel start out there as well, and Tane Savage. We think of them, of course, who didn't play today because of the bereavements during the week. But you could see what it meant to this Counties team. We were told midweek that they are a really tight team and they all play for each other. And you can just see what it meant to them when they got that match-winning try.
Yeah, it's given the opportunity for those two boys to once again play for Counties and potentially go on to win a final.
Yeah, 100%. Boy, Counties have got a big challenge next week though, but at least they are going to be here to play the South Island next week, who have looked very good in the 3 games they've played. So we're almost set for some after-match interviews. In fact, we're all set to go now. Let's go down to Frank Tamanu, the captain of the Counties team.
You guys had a lot to play for today and put on an amazing performance in the second half. You must be proud of your team.
Yeah, super proud of that. Super proud of the boys. Full credit to the boys for that half. We stayed in the grind. We just played our hearts out there. We left it all on the field, and now we go back to training for next week.
You guys suffered a lot of injuries in the second half, though. What do you plan on? How do you plan on recovering for the finals?
Pull sesh, heaps of stretches, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
You'll be up against a tough South Island team. What do you need to bring to the finals to get that win?
Just have to bring our A game. Last week wasn't our best performance. Next week we'll have a better performance.
That's the one. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
Sky Stadium is a sea of yellow.